Back. We're back, guys. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Guys, please make sure when you walk in to hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Because remember, we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern Time. Like always, thank you for tuning in to Cal Culture Radio. Hakeem Jordan, what's popping like and what is cracking?
I'm good over here, man. Just chilling, man. Another good Friday, man. Let's go, let's go, let's get it.
And I hope Hakeem, you there? I hope you there with us.
It says something wrong with his audio.
Also, oh, I ain't look at
Yeah,
that. Okay,
yeah. I saw it. No, we can't hear you, Hakeem.
technical difficulty right now. So Jordan, you already know, go ahead and do your thing.
All right. Well, like I said, Hakeem will be with us shortly. So what's going on, people? What's going on, people? Good to see you guys in the chat. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. We always appreciate you. Make sure you like on the chat. We got an interesting our topic for you guys today. So we're gonna get it. We're gonna chop it up. So we're gonna talk about former adult star Mia Khalifa. She's been trending the last couple of days and talk about giving marriage advice and the quote statement is as women you should not be afraid to leave these men. As you guys don't know or don't know, Mia Khalifa, she was an ex adult film star. After that,
Yo,
she
yo, yo,
quit that.
yo.
We hear you, buddy. We hear you.
Okay.
Hear you real good. Perfect.
All right, go ahead.
And so yes, and going back to her, she's been married 3 times, and and she definitely, not just this one has been trending, what we're gonna show you guys, but she has been, tell about the dating scenes, how men are this and men are that, men are trash, and all these type of things, the modern man, and this really been trending. So we got 2 videos for you guys. We're gonna show the video on how give marriage advice, what she say, and then we have a reaction of comedian Ryan Davis. He's really to me he's a fun comedian. He had a reaction on that, and after that we're gonna chop it up. Go ahead, Hakeem.
Real cool girls get divorced before 30. Oh, we're comparing stats. Baby girl doesn't know that I am Tom Brady at this game. Married at 18, divorced at 21. Second marriage, married at 25, divorced at 28. Third engagement, engaged at 29, ended it at 30, but I kept the ring. I'm still keeping Tom Brady on his toes. We should not be afraid to leave these men. We are not stuck with these people. Marriage is not a sanctimonious thing. It is paperwork. It's something, it's a commitment you make to someone. But if you feel like you're not getting anything from that commitment and you're trying, you gotta go. You gotta go. You have to go. I know it's difficult to fill out paperwork and to make appointments and to do all of these things, but this is your fucking life. Do you want to be
Okay, cool.
you want to be stuck with someone? Period. Do you want to be stuck with someone? Oh my God, of course it's not that easy if you have kids, but what do you want to teach your kids? Do you want to teach them to put up with things simply for the betterment of someone else? And at the end of the day, is it for the betterment of your children if you're unhappy? You want to be stuck with someone?
Open again, and this time she's viral not because of what she puts in it, but what came out of it. She decided to give us unsolicited marriage advice, and people said because of her past she probably isn't the person to do this, but I decided to listen because I've seen her give many oral dissertations, and I know when she opens her mouth, magic happens. Now, I've seen her breathe life into several things over the years, but she was not able to resuscitate not one of her 3 failed marriages. But now she wants to give us marriage advice. The part that bothers me about the video is I don't know if she's trolling or not, because she seemed kind of blah in the video. And anytime I've ever seen her on video, she had passion in her face. She seemed like she was really passionate about what she was doing or talking about, but not when she was detailing her 3 failed marriages over 10 years. When she looked back at those, it wasn't the same passion that I've seen her look back with before. It leads me to believe that maybe this lady just doesn't respect marriage. You know who else doesn't respect marriage? This security guard who was securing Beyonce's cheeks as she came down the ladder. Look, and I know a lot of people are like, where is he supposed to put his hand? You know what I mean? He's just doing his job. I've never in my life put my hand under somebody's booty to help them off of a ladder. Whenever you go under somebody, it should be to prop them up.
So here's the videos we showed you. This is, this is how, me and Khalifa feel about marriage in general. And, if you're not happy, you just leave. If it's not working out, you just leave. And we also heard, Ryan Davis's reaction as a comedian. He has his point of view as well. And so we're going to get right into it. And I'm going to pass it to you guys. And the question is, for what we're going to tell the topic is, Pastor Ronnie, is marriage about happiness?
No. Because when it comes to marriage pretty much. Yeah, we hear you. We hear you, Hakeem. Yeah, we hear you.
No, my bad, girl. I was sneezing.
Oh, you were sneezing. No, I want to say, yeah, your audio sounds great. Yeah, marriage is really not based on happiness, because this is the reason why. Because at the same time, you're making a lot of sacrifice for you, for your husband, or your husband is also for your wife. It's a two-way street because you have two people coming together to make things work for a very long time. And when I mean very long time, for eternity, because most people when they tend to get married, they whole minds now pretty much tend to get divorced. Now someone like Mia Khalifa who has been married 3 times actually getting married advice, happiness based on someone else's happiness. That's why she got divorced 3 times. Because she pretty much the type of person that pretty much put her whole existence on herself and don't worry about nobody else. And that's why her marriages pretty much never last. Because at some point in a marriage, you got to make some form of sacrifice. Like, prime example, I know I'm happy. Like, for example, if I'm married right now and I know I'm happy to go to a sports game, but my wife telling me, hey, I don't think it's a right thing for us to go to a sports game because of the simple fact of we have financial issue right now. Even though I love it and I know it brings me happiness, I think I have to make that sacrifice because we're not at that place. That's what I'm saying. I'm sacrificing my own happiness to not only please my wife, but also to better my family. I'm like, you know what? I can't go to this. I can't go to basketball games. Football games anymore because the simple fact is we don't have the resources, and I don't want to put my family into a hard position financially. So sometimes you got to make sacrifice, especially when it comes to that aspect of marriage. But I know this is we have more and more insight on it. So I can't do your thing.
Definitely. I want to give a shout out to everybody who's with us. Motivational Vision. Just Hear Me Out. Sky Bryant. Sherry Bryant. Now, I'm not married. And I haven't been, but I have a lot of people who are married. And a lot of it has to do with a partnership. Now, here's the thing. Mia Khalifa is speaking from a perspective of somebody who's quote unquote in entertainment. What she's talking about don't apply to the real world. Let's just put that into a fact. You feel me? And then her outcome is a bit different due to the path of the career she took. You feel me? Some people will question this, and then also too, the relationship or the marriage has to be beneficial for two people. You have to be able to provide something in the relationship, and the other person is. If two people are not communing and nobody's willing to compromise, how are you able to do that? Just Hear Me Out said it in his. That is a brother who is married, and here's the thing: she spoke like a true narcissist. She made it seem like marriage was a sport. Like, I'll just get married tomorrow and divorce somebody else. Like not finding that person is important. And Jordan, you can speak more than anything than that because you know what I mean, you're married and you have a better insight than us. Go ahead.
To me, with marriage, I think happiness is like really high priority for a lot of people. And if you're not happy, it's not going to work. To me, what Sherry Bryan says is, it going to keep you a point? Sure, it is going to keep a point. Should you be happy? Should you be feel some type of happiness or throw in a marriage? Absolutely. But there's a certain time in a marriage you're not going to feel that 100% of the time. It don't matter how good your marriage is. There will be certain times you're gonna be happy, you're gonna be unhappy, you're gonna be mad, you're gonna be angry. There's all sorts of feelings you're gonna have in a marriage. But Malia Key was talking about, it's just to me, it's how she talked about marriage is how she was talking about marriage. That's totally to me, that's totally wrong in everything. If you want to, if you're in a marriage that's maybe sliding and you've been unhappy for for a stint of a longer time, you need to find a way to learn how to fix it. Maybe communication is wrong. Maybe the sex what has been used to be, what's like it used to be back in the past. We all different key components and everything. But when you in a marriage, you have to find a way to fix something and find solutions, to make that marriage strong. If you need help, you need to see a therapist, you need to see a marriage counseling. If you maybe talk to a friend, maybe talk to somebody that's been married for 10, 15, 20 years or something like that. Stuff like this is important to make a very solid, marriage and everything. And also, I'm gonna add this. This also, it goes by the foundation you guys have. That sometimes, y'all, a man or woman might have different foundations, but they get married and see, they can make it work. But in the day, y'all foundation is not the same. Y'all not thinking of like anything. What y'all want in marriage? What your long term goals, and also your short term goals in a marriage. Some stuff don't work out either, and I feel like a lot of people, especially United States of America, they, to me, I don't think they take marriage I'm sorry, take serious. I see, I'm stuttering. They take marriage serious.
Hey, listen, but for a minute, I thought you was a Southerner there. Jordan, not from Pontiac, Michigan, talking like this.
Yeah. Cause I think a lot of people don't take marriage seriously. They just get in there and they feel like they're sometimes they're unhappy. They just bounce out. They just put in divorce papers and anything. And to me, especially in 2023, a lot of these divorce lawyers, they are getting, to me, that's a number one occupation, number one career to go to, because as we can see, divorces is getting higher and keep going higher and higher in a rate for years and years and years, and a lot of people are getting divorces now, and divorce attorneys, they are getting their money, they are getting their bag, and a lot of people don't know that there's some divorce if they're trying to get the money, get the alimony and everything, they'll try any type of way to blame that one person that this is why our marriages fail. It's blame people blaming the money each other as well. So but yeah, when me and Khalifa, been married for 3 years, and to me, how she sounds like she don't take marriage seriously. It's like I could get married 5 times, 10 times as much as I want to, but if I'm happy, deuces. And this is why you see some like her or other women that like her. They don't, they just like to say, you said about Hakeem, you said it, they just do it for sport.
Yep.
And I feel like a lot of people, women and men, well, I say more on the women's side, because women has the high priorities of feel some type of happiness in the marriage. If it doesn't work out, they don't be happy. They don't put no work in. They just feel like, well, in a marriage, you're supposed to do this for me, and if you're not doing it what you're supposed to do, deuces.
There is a comment from Instagram where somebody says marriage is about collaboration, but nowadays it seems like everybody is in competition, married or not. I kind of agree with that. Shout outs to Barry White. What do you feel about that?
Oh, you asking Jordan. Go ahead, Jordan.
No, both of y'all.
Oh, marriage only works if you do the work. I mean, I agree on that. A lot of like, but the thing is, it's like when people get married, they don't feel like they don't have to do a lot of work. It's just everything supposed to work spontaneously, something like that, and it doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. Once you're in marriage, you gotta put in the work for both sides, man. There's some things you want to sacrifice. What Ronnie said, there's some things you got to compromise, and in order to make the marriage work, and marriage, like I said, there's like I said, I believe in the beginning of marriage, it could be hard and tough sometimes because you're getting into it. You know, you get your feet wet. You know, and and then, like I said, once you get married, you just feel some type of change in yourself as well because. And to me, it's like, it's a difference of being in a relationship and then being in a marriage because once you get in a marriage and everything, you with that person, you're gonna stick with this person for the rest of your life. It's not like, you're in a relationship, and you dump some person, you might be sad or mad, you might be sad or angry, whatever and everything. But eventually, you're out there dating again. With marriage, when you get a divorce, when I see other people get divorced, it takes a toll on you. It really does take a toll on you. Sometimes people, it takes people to people months or maybe a year or two just to get their mind frame into single mode and set up marriage mode and go out and start dating again. And to me, marriage is, if you put in that work, it's gonna get easier and easier.
No, I already that was I say I really believe marriage is a two-way street. That would say I don't think it's just like one person just doing everything. And I think that's what's happening in a lot of this traditional marriage right now. That's why a lot of people are getting married and getting divorced very, very quickly. They say right now most marriages only last about 5 to 6 years.
Yep.
And that's on that. If you folks think I'm lying, y'all can actually look that up. It's because the simple fact is no one want to put in the work. If someone cheating in a relationship, no one want to go to marriage counseling. If someone's failing in some area in the marriage, you don't want to go seek help because the simple fact it makes them seem like a weak of an individual or weak of a human being. And I think that's the problem with when it comes to the aspect of marriage. But you have to put in the work. You have to put the work. And that's why I always reiterate the simple fact is that marriage is not for everybody as well because some people are lazy when it comes to relationship. Some people are just meant to date. And, yeah, to me, for you to take on that extra commitment of marriage, you have to have a certain mindset. Go ahead, King.
Brother, you spoke very well on this, and I think that and this is why it's important for people who are not married to talk to people who are married because they can give you a better insight. My cousin and my brother been married over 20 years, so I sometimes ask them for advice to see if I'm out of place on some things. And that's the only place to do because they've been in very long-term relationship. And sometimes a lot of us who haven't been in a relationship in a long time, we could still do things that are out of place in a single mind mentality. Oh, you might move a certain kind of way, but you acting like you single. And stuff like that, and sometimes it is best to do that. But I think that here's the issue what we have with society today. A lot of us is just figuring out, making shit up as we go along, and this is why we have to go back to the old ways. And I'm not talking about the old ways where people are being oppressed. I'm talking about the old ways of dealing with people. And at the end of the day, there are some new nuances that we have to put in where yes, your woman is your partner. She is your equal. You have to be able to look at her as a partner and to be able to get out of yourself to make her happy as she's willing to do with you. I'm going to always preach this for this. If the relationship doesn't benefit both of y'all, you got to do the work to make her happy and she got to do the work to make you happy. And y'all have to be able to compromise in that. Now, here's the thing. Mia Khalifa and Mia Khalifa. Here's the thing. Let's read what Sherry Bryant just said. She said, before I get, let me read this title because she said, this is why me and Gorilla are not married yet. I wasn't rushed. I really want to get to know him, and he was ready to go to the altar the first couple months of dating. I take marriage very seriously. I agree with you. She also said this. I'm not going to counseling if my husband cheats. He got to go. That's a deal breaker for you. And that's no problem. That's no problem. Everybody got their deal breakers in the situation that say. But for me, I think that Mia Khalifa's out of place for speaking. And this is why social media could be very dangerous because she present herself and average women will look up to her saying that, okay, this is a woman who would like me, when she has a very different disposition in the dating market. You're a porn star.
And I got a question for you guys. Do you feel like, since social media is very impactful in most people's lives, our lives as well? Do you feel like how everybody's opinions about marriage? Do you feel like when people put their opinions out about marriage, of how, maybe, to me, like I said, I hear more negative about marriages and everything. Do you feel like people who have their opinion about marriage negatively, do you feel like that also hurts of the marriage as well, and how people see it and view it, and they think negatively about it?
Ask that question one more time. One more.
Oh, I'm sorry. My question was, do you feel like how social media is, how people is putting more negativity about marriage? Do you feel like it hurts? It has a negative mindset of what people think about getting married.
Yes, it plays a big part when it comes to marriage, because a lot of
Yep.
people, that what people consume every day is social media. So that's why I always say certain people shouldn't be talking when it comes to the aspect of marriage. So be talking when it comes to the aspect of dating, because think about it. If you're a person, let's say if you are a real pure content, and you come in and you talk about, women ain't this, women ain't that, and you have a guy that's trying to get into a relationship, and he sees that and listen to that, they feed into the idea. Now let's use that. Let's say we have someone that comes in that had a fair marriage, right? And they have a disdain for their wife, and they come on social media and say, "Man, women crap. Man, guys don't get married because simple fact, if you get married, you're gonna lose everything," which is not always true. So that's why you got to be very, very careful on what you listen to and what you consume. Go ahead.
Yes, phenomenally yours said that social media plays a huge part in failing marriages. And Sherry Bryan says, I love a commitment, period, married or not. Elite Belzo, where you have been, I just was talking about you the last episode. Now, I want to point this out. Motivational Vision, Barry White. I want to point this out. When in social media, average people are talking about their own experiences. If an actual marriage counselor was to get online, in which we have seen them, they say the total opposite. Look at the lead attorney. He has done more divorce cases and everything, and he also tells how the system plays a part in the divorces, and how most of the time when the marriages are failing, they forget about repairing the marriage. They only point now is to make sure the assets are divided and the kids are taken care of. If we're not being very proactive, right now we can't talk about our mothers and our fathers. They grew up in a different system. We've been blessed with education, with time, and social media. Sadly enough, people play out their relationships on social media so we can learn what to do and what not to do. Keep your business offline. For the love of Christ, I'm going to keep saying this. Keep your business offline. If you want to have a long-lasting situation, keep your business offline. And online used to be a very perfect thing where you could share memories, share the kid stuff, but there's haters. And haters don't want to see people prosper in their relationship, no matter how strong your relationship is. If your business is offline and understanding therapy and counseling, you're going to have a long marriage. And I want to say what my brother Ron said in the beginning. This might be very controversial. I'm only going to say this for my opinion. Marriage is not about happiness at the end of the day. You're going to be happy with the person who you're with over time. And let me tell you why. It takes a lifetime to get to know somebody, to be around them, to see how they act, to see how they treat you, and see that. Now, mind you, a lot of people might feel that early on. I'm not saying you're not going to be happy, but you know what I mean? We it's about building. When you find the right person you can build with, and you're willing to put in the work and the compromise, over time, you're going to be happy. is not going to be the fairy tale you think, and that's where social media delusion us think that no, you and your partner gonna fight. Y'all not gonna like each other. Y'all gonna have some issues. You like to eat fish. She likes to eat steak. That's what a relationship's all about. You know what I mean? But if you are able to work with each other, you're gonna be okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, for me, I definitely feel like once, with the, social media, once you could get monetized, monetized about, for saying stuff about anything, especially about marriage and all, and to me, and also the clout too, the clout is, to me, that's one of the biggest struggles out here right now for these people. They definitely want count. They want that 10-second fame, 15-second fame, minute or two fame. And they just, once they get it, they just can't get enough of it. And they keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And that's, to me, that's definitely hurts people, especially in our society with that, especially when people talk about negative about marriage, because people, when they look at it, they might hit the like button, they might comment on it. And what they see more comment on it, they speak more negative things about marriages and everything, and get more comments, more likes, and then they get monetized, they get the money of it and everything. And to me, it has like a big stain on people mindset about marriage. It really, really do. And it's just sad. It's just very, very sad to see it, and it makes, our society just want to be single, and and if it's not gonna work out, we're gonna divorce. And the thing is, it's like, how the economy is right now. It's not looking good. You're gonna need two people in a household or somebody in a long relationship to get married from, because especially these major cities, you can't live by yourself. To me, you gotta find a way, if you with somebody, you gotta, especially in a marriage, you gotta find how to make it work, and also find a solution. I feel like a lot of people, they don't, they get in an argument, either they'll set it aside or they think it's over. But to me, you have to find a solution. Once you find a solution to make it work out, like I say, the longer you're in a marriage, the longer you find the solution, the easier it is the marriage you'll be, because you guys are trying to trying to solve a problem, based on communicating, because communication in marriage is very, very important. Once you do that, it will be, like I said, it gets more smooth sailing during the marriage. But it's just with social media, it's just, a lot of people say more negative things about marriages and everything. It's just like I said, it has to stand on marriages. And to me, if people keep doing that, a lot of people's not gonna get married.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to Barry White. Barry, like berries on a tree. Barry White's keeping the lights on. She had purchased the book. We love you, mama. I'm gonna say it in my queen's voice. Ma, we love you. You always been a supporter. Shout outs to Natasha Vincent for supporting us from the get-go. We love you too, mama. From Montreal with love. From Montreal with love. It sounds like I purposely say that like a James Bond title. From Montreal with love.
Yeah, and shout out to Just Jay today.
Oh yeah,
celebrating her birthday. So.
Happy birthday, Just Jay. We're gonna keep your lights on, mama.
Happy birthday, happy birthday.
Radio, happy birthday celebration. Shout out to Just Jay. Happy birthday, sweetheart.
Yes.
Hey, so go ahead, Hakeem.
Oh, somebody got a question on Instagram. They said, would you continue to pursue somebody you're dating who is dating other people exclusively? This is from Phenomenally Yours on Instagram.
What? Say that one more time. What's the question? One more time.
She asks, would you continue pursuing somebody who is dating who you are dating who is seen dating other people exclusively?
Oh,
can I answer first?
Yeah, go ahead.
To me, this is for me, because me and my wife at the time, it was kind of a situation. I was talking to somebody, she was talking to somebody. I found out the girl was crazy, and then I was, I wouldn't say she was talking to somebody exclusively, but it was going exclusive. Probably for me, if you're not married, you better be. If you're not in a long-term marriage or anything like that, in a marriage or being in a long-term relationship, to me, it's open because to me, I think of dating as a blood sports. If you want something that's yours, you try to get as best you claim. You claim it, that's yours. That's just me. If they're not in a long-term relationship, marriage, or no engagement or anything, I mean, I'll still pursue because to me, it's like a sport. Like I said, if I'm better than the other guy, I'm gonna try to get what's mine. Go ahead, Ronnie.
Don't want to be honest with you. I don't think I will pursue because this is the reason why. Because if she already talking to other people, I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna just be with the wind. I'm just gonna chill and whatever the case may be. And whenever she like, okay, I don't want to deal with this guy. I just want to focus all on you. Then whatever's mine is mine, and whatever's yours is yours. But if you like talking to all different people, then I won't pursue. I'm just being honest. I won't pursue. I'd rather pursue someone that's automatically 100% available. I don't want to pursue someone that's dating multiple people because the same fact, she might just put you up and then maybe, pal. No, I want to be the first choice and the only choice. Go ahead, Hakeem.
Brother, you spoke well. And I'm gonna comment on that in this. We're from we are from the same block, so I'm gonna have to agree with you on this. Here's the thing: when you're dating multiple people, you're gonna be clouded by your judgment. This is why it is important for you to date one person at a time and give that person the benefit of the doubt. Now, here's the thing. Now, she said exclusively. When you're in the talk, you could be in the talking phases with different people, but when you start dating, narrow that shit down. Because Ronnie said a famous quote that he said echoed throughout this whole situation. Most of the time, this dating stuff does not work. He said that. When you find your person, you lock in. That woman deserves to have your undivided attention, and you deserve to have her undivided attention. And I'm gonna be honest with you. There's a lot of ladies and men out here you're gonna be deal with. Phenomenally yours said, I'd rather not pursue anybody pursuing other people. Most definitely. Now you into this whole poly stuff. That's what the internet is promoting. It's so ironic that they start promoting this. Say, I can't even spell polyamorous. I can't spell it. But what I'm saying is this. There's some people you're going to meet by de facto. You're going to be just with that person exclusively because that person going to take so much of your time. You're not going to have time to be hollering at other people. And I'm going to keep it honest with you. And a lot of y'all in the chat can agree with this. Keem, all y'all answering my question next. Thank you. No problem. A lot of y'all going, and here's the thing. And Sherry Bryan can say this because Gorilla Black take a lot of her time and she take a lot of his time. This is what I'm saying. A lot of y'all, we getting too old to be having enough energy to be talking to multiple people. I forget shit, homie.
Yep.
I forget shit. I don't got time to be figuring shit out. Who's I spoke to today, who I spoke to yesterday. That shit start to forget. You start to miss people's name. You know what I mean? You gonna get caught. Without a shadow of a doubt, you gonna get caught, brother. And phenomenally yours. This is the point. A man will show you as much, and I'm speaking for men. And men, I want y'all to come to this point. Women, you need to be put up on game. If you want to know if a man really loves you, he's going to give you his time. Listen, if you're not getting 100% of his time and you can't pinpoint his whereabouts, put dots on it, then that love is not authentic. But if you got a lot of his time and overly, the times you have him, he could be somewhere else, you know the love is genuine. Then you know he don't got time because you taking a lot of that. There you go.
Hey, Hakeem, you got me with that River names things because that's you are 100% facts. For me, I'm not good with names. There's sometimes I can't remember what your first letter is. The first letter is an A or a T. I was like, wait a minute, what?
Thank you.
If I like you, I know your. If I know your name, that means I like you. If I don't know your name, if I can't, if I don't even know the beginning of the letter of your word name, then that means I'm not interested. That's a valid point, Hakeem.
I want y'all to read. I want us to read this comment by the Queen Natasha Vincent. Go ahead.
Brian question first, then we'll do Natasha. Sherry Brian question, Hakeem.
Which one?
Is that the bomb said, why do men be in a rush to get married?
We gonna.
But I've been saying, but
hey, no, you're right.
Me and you is literally right here.
We're gonna answer that right now. But I wanted to tackle this right here.
Oh, wait, go ahead, tackle that and go back. But
yeah.
Sherry,
Queen Natasha Vincent said something real and pivotal. He says poly is fine as long as you already know how to respectively and loving manage one person before you can think multiple people. Sometimes people just talk to feel like they're flexing. That is a fact. I'm gonna be real with you. Most men don't have enough money to be in a polyamorous relationship.
No, but it's not always about money. I know people make it seem like it's always about money. Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Listen now. Hear me out on this one. If you did listen, if we know women like we know women, and women want to be catered to, and women want to be respected, you're dealing with multiple personalities. Rich men can do this. Men making a certain amount of money. A regular guy, nigga, make sure you take care of your girl. You can't spread it thin. You'll be broke at the end of the week.
No, but I'm being honest with you. I think most people that's in a relationship now are in poly relationship. They just don't know about the other individual, and this is the reason. And I'm now hear me out now. And I'm talking about the guy down the street.
Yeah,
he has no money because of the time, I always tell this, and I make this clear. Most women, they want attention, too, but most women just want a guy to be there.
No, you're right. Let's call that struggle polyamorous then. Because broke people are fucking for free half the time. Excuse my language. I hope Sky's not listening. I hope Sky's not listening. Because broke people. And I also want to say, Philomena New York said, I appreciate your answering my question. I feel good about making the decision. Here's the thing.
Good.
Phenomenally yours. I want you to listen to me when I tell you this. You have to love yourself enough to put yourself first. If you're going to put somebody first in your life, they got to do the same. And sometimes the verbalness is not enough. The action has to play that. And I want you to understand, I say that for everybody who's in the comment. If the action is not adding up to the verbal, that's why a person could tell you anything. But if they're not doing this and that, my brothers here, actions has proved everything to me that I'm going to be brothers with them for life. They've already showed me no matter what happens after today, I'm down for one. So it's important to put yourself first. Now, let's get back to Sherry Bryan's question.
Yeah. Why do men want to get married? Every man to get married fast. One dude wanted it the first month of dating. Wow, that's really good. But I had to get a restraining order against him. I got it for life. Y'all please explain. I'll go real quick because I talk about this all the time. I always say women today is not really pushing for marriage. I'm just being honest. Women's not really pushing for marriage. Mostly men are. Men are the one pushing for marriage. They will find. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think it's a bad thing if a man want to get married quick. Because to me, I think even the scriptures say when you find a wife, you find a good thing. So if you already find a good thing, to me, I think go ahead and get married because what tomorrow is not promised to no one. Tomorrow. So if I feel like you my one, or I see you as my wife, let's just go ahead and go to the courthouse. Let's go ahead and get these papers started. Let's just fuck it. That's the mature thing to do. However, the reason most men push for marriage because we think that's the thing. We think that is the right thing to do because of what society have taught us as men. Like, oh, you see this woman, go ahead and marry her. But we've never been trained properly on how to approach marriage effectively, if you get my drift. So that's why we always have issue when it comes to men pushing to marriage really, really fast. See, women are more cautious when it comes to marriage because women because they think men think short term, women think long term. I'm just being honest. Men really think short term, women think long term. Because when you date a woman, most of the time you're thinking of the future. Okay, do I see me having kids with this guy? Do I see me building a family with this guy? Do I see me like really having a future with this man? But us men, we see a woman and be like, oh man, this woman's piping because of the aspect of the sex. Sometimes the sex be so good, we're like, damn, we gotta marry this girl. I don't want nobody else getting her.
Mm-hmm.
Short term. We don't think of the long term, like, man, this woman have a nasty attitude. She might have my kids. Juvenates those type of attitude. We don't think those way. So that's our issue as men. But how can you take on it as well, you Jordan, because you are married.
Let me go first. You hit a good point about, the sex is good. Because I feel like a lot of men, when the sex is good, you made the right person. Sometimes it's not about that. Sometimes, when we're some real men, to me, we in your 20s, I thought, well, if the sex is good and everything's going well, you get married. But me, it's little things, how good she is to you, how good she is to people,
Mm-hmm.
she's feminist, she's nice, and all these type of things. And then also with that, men, when they get married, I'm gonna talk to the men in their 30s and 40s. Men, they like to see, they really want to have a family, and also they want to have a legacy as well. The thing is I think a lot of men want to have a big family. They want to have between 3 to 5 kids. I know, Ronnie, you want to have a lot of kids. Personally, for me, I want to have a bunch of kids. What's that? I get more. As long as I have the money, I'll have more kids. I know Hakeem, he wants to have more kids.
Yep.
And I feel like, a lot of men, they want to be a family man. They want to have the wife, they want to have the kids, they want to have the house, and they want to be stable. They want to feel some type of stability. Like they're doing the right thing. In the world they live and say, hey, I'm having a good life, I have a good wife, I have good kids, and and it makes the man happy, and it makes you feel. The man feels like, really, like I said, this men feel like when they have wife and kids, they would do what they can, to make that marriage successful, to make that woman happy, to make their kids happy and everything. And when they get older and older and everything, they want to see their kids, hopefully they get married. So if they have daughters, what they walk their daughters to the aisle to the man um, that the man to the man that he sees may be similar to him, and and also have a goal. Also, he has a goal about having a foundation set for marriage as well for his daughter and everything. But yeah, that's a lot of things. But I'm gonna pass to Hakeem. Boy, Hakeem.
Oh, I
Brother.
can't be you.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna kill it. One more thought, one more point. Have you ever noticed every time a girl gets pregnant, the man just stare? Y'all ever notice that? A man just always stare at the ceiling, or he just doesn't say anything because he never plans for the future. Go ahead, Hakeem.
Y'all brothers have eloquently and articulately said it, and I'm just gonna add my 2 cents to this. And just to say this, to speak to the thing. Oh, this is so great, General. May each of you have large, prosperous family with many healthy and happy children. In Jesus' name, I pray. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I want to say this. Marriage is a beautiful thing. I think it's the right thing to do. I think that and I'm going to speak from the perspective of me seeing the effects of who loses. The woman loses if she does not get married. You feel me? The man loses as well. But the point of the fact is I look at this for a point of fact is, and this is just my 2 cents, because y'all already said everything else. If a woman spent a large period of time with you, she should be able to be taken care of. And I mean that from the point of, we don't know how long we got living. And it doesn't make sense that from a financial point of view, and that's the only point I'm going to speak, because y'all already spoke the other half, that you wake up dead and she done invested all this time, and she should have the rights to the things that you have, because you have built this with her and this and that. And to be able, and just to sell as well as you, if you went and you built it with her and this and that, you should have the rights to the things she has. You know what I mean? If y'all have that type of relationship, because a lot of things is this, but I feel from that perspective, you know what I mean? And another point I want to put is, a lot of niggas ain't getting married. So if a nigga's quickly trying to do that, that says that he understands a fundamental thing that I have to take care of you. I have to be there with you through sickness and health, and I have to do that. But I do think that there has to be a preliminary round where you and that person has to go to therapy, has to go to counseling. You have to see what's going on. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to get into something where shit starts to crumble. And that's my point on that.
And I want to say this for Ronnie, and men that really want to get married, either if men can't find it in their own race, they might go look at another race to get married. They have the values, or if it's not working in America, they might go to a different country. You know how it's looking at like Philippines, Thailand, you know, any other country or South America, just to find a woman who has the same goals or short-term goals, or you know, or foundation as he has to find, you know, to get married, have kids and everything.
And the only reason why women in today's society is not really pushing for marriage like what it used to do back then is because the simple fact is a lot of men today not making enough resources. That's why women focus on long term. If the man's not making enough, she don't want to suffer with that man. She's like, nah, I'm good, homie. Like we could continue in the dating stage, but the marriage part, you gotta get your financials up. You gotta get your financials up. So, but men today, that's why we mostly, I'm being honest, that's why we push for marriage. I think because the simple fact is, I think we focus on the short term, and not only that, I think most of the time it's because of the sex. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. But there is some men who do find a wife and they be like, oh, okay, I want to go ahead and get them. But most average men that's quick to get married is an aspect of the sex. Now, I'm gonna be real with you. If the man is older, like in his 60s, I think Hakeem said it one time. If he's like in his 50s and his 60s, he already know life is short. So he's gonna, if he meets you today, he's gonna want to marry you tomorrow.
Yep.
I have a relative that happened to. Like he met a woman, literally the next day, not the next day, but the next year they don't play. Older men, they quick with it. They quick, and I think that what happened with me and Khalifa because she was married 3 times.
Yep.
3 times. I think most of those men were older. That's my point of view. Go ahead, Jordan.
No, that's true. You know, a lot of men they think about marriage as, hey, let's do it right now. I don't got time to live. I don't know I'm gonna live tomorrow or next year or that type of thing. Something might happen. So let's hurry, let's get this ceremony. And the thing is, married men, they don't pay for a big wedding. They'll just say, hey, let's have a marriage in our backyard. Let's go to the courthouse. Let's get this done, and that's it. Let's get married immediately.
Yeah, Brian said she ain't dating no 50 or 60-year-old man. But best believe they looking at you. So if you're best believe they looking at you.
Yeah, I could take care of you now, honey. I got the resources for you. Come on, baby, let's go.
They got that pension and all.
The pension, I give you better say it.
Yeah.
They got the 401k they make for 30 years. You know, sometimes, hey, if you take care of your 401k and a man who's been working on his 401k or who might put in more than 8%, about 10, 11%, he might retire a millionaire.
Preach. But remember, look, but now I keep telling you, I think women are more freaky because it's like, okay, you got a 56-year-old man, they know that the sex ain't gonna be good. It ain't gonna last long. Because they want a young man. They want their age. So, but I'm just saying, but that's a whole nother topic for another day. But go ahead, I can't do that. No,
you're 100% right, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just that I just think that we kind of just lost the luster of this thing because the way social media paint it, it's games. Like it's games, and the only people who's affected by this are the kids. You know what I mean? If there's kids involved, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, your emotions are gonna get involved and stuff like that. There we go, Sugar Bum. I know she's gonna have her 2 cents in this.
No, but quick question. Where's Mia Khalifa? It was question. Does she have any kids though?
No,
she has no kids.
Nope.
So she was times. No kids.
Nope. You know she has been disowned by her family.
Yeah, I know. Remember, because of her lifestyle.
Yeah, and it's
What race? I forgot. What race is she? Is she
Um,
again? What's her nationality?
hold on, I'll tell you right now. I think she's
Pakistani, I think.
no, she's Lebanese.
Lebanese, yeah.
Yeah, she's Lebanese, and
Oh, yeah, they have a strong foundation against
Yeah.
marriage. Yeah.
yeah, and you want to know what's so funny about these two people? Same thing with Lana Rose. They was like, oh, I just want to throw up in my mouth when I see those videos up. You made over $2 million.
Yes, she did. She made a lot of money.
You made over $2-3 million, and now you want to come back into your morale sanctum. You can't be like the regular women here.
And I think, and that was going on with the OnlyFans women. They have a lot of OnlyFans because a lot of OnlyFans women that did OnlyFans, they starting to come back into reality, and it's not turning out so good because of the lifestyle they used to have with those type of content.
Yeah, a lot. I don't think OnlyFans knows. Like once you put content up there, it just don't stay on OnlyFans. It might shut up on some porn sites. It might shut up on Twitter, that's now X, and people and men can type into it. Not just men, but teens and kids can type you up and look you up. Like I said, once it's on the internet, it's on there forever. It's not gonna go nowhere.
Yeah, but Sherry Brown, I ain't gonna lie, you might meet an older man who would lay down that pipe now. Don't get me wrong. He doesn't show. There's some older men that could.
Yeah. Especially if he's been in the military, because he was a military man. They usually when they 50, 60, they make sure they exercise and everything, make sure they have a proper diet.
Yeah,
and they can stand with you with the 20s and 30-year-olds.
You better preach. So it's a small number, but they're hanging in there with you.
Whatchamacallit, Sugar Bum say porn stars getting married every day. I'm like, what are you talking?
That's cap.
That's cap.
You know it's cap. Adam 22.
That's the super anomaly. That's shoot that shit. They might get divorced in the next couple of years. That's to me, that's not gonna last long.
Yeah. That's not like they ain't been married for years. That's cap.
If that was the case, why ain't Pinky get married then?
Yeah, she don't look like she don't look like she was. You see Pinky now?
Oh my God.
She clearly don't look like she was 15, 20 years, 15 years ago.
She looked like somebody.
But they would Pinky. Pinky made her money, so Pinky, she out again. She could be quiet for the rest of her life. She good.
But you see, that's the thing. You got all that money, but who you got to do enjoy it with?
No, we gotta have. We gotta pause for a minute. We gotta have just him. Yeah, that's him.
You said
anniversary gift. His anniversary is coming up. So just hit me out. I'm being honest with you. Most women are simple. I don't care if she's white, black, Hispanic, Asian, or even an alien. Most women are simple. They like to be surprised by the simple things. Go have a picnic on the beach. Roll that thing up real nice. Make sure it's secluded. Just you and your wife. Make sure you have some roses. One of her favorite sandwiches, some champagne. There you go. Simple.
Just hear me out. Had a question. He said, "This is a question for me." He said, "I need an anniversary gift, and my anniversary in 4 days." Okay, I'll get you one. If I was you, this is what I did. But if you could get her like a glass or like a plastic glass that says like how long I've been at my anniversaries for, because I got my wife like a little anniversary glass, and it shows us how long have you been married for. So we, like I said, we just passed 3 years of marriage back in May. And once I bought her that, every year I'm gonna keep switching. Like for next year it'll be 4. I just switch it out for the new one, and then when the 5th one come out, I just switch right to put that one. I know your wife. You should be happy if she said, "Hey, you have something that says I've been married for so much years. Have it in the house and everything, and then every year you probably could change it." So that's what I got. So I don't know if your wife likes stuff like those.
Traditional.
Oh, and also, just me out. How long you be married for your anniversary? I want to hear that. How long?
And then Hakeem. Let's see, Hakeem got it though. Let me see how good his game is.
Hold on. What you said with the anniversary?
Yeah, it's his anniversary.
Anniversary's coming up in 4 days.
9
years. Congratulations, buddy.
Congratulations. You want to know something? Um, man, this is a tough one.
Cherry Brian say bracelet or charm with charm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think you know what I mean. I think that it with 9 years and this is your person. I think anything.
Hey man, shout out Christopher J.
Christopher J. Shout out.
Welcome. Shout out to you, Christopher J. Go ahead, Hakeem. My bad.
I think anything would work, man. You know what I mean? I think that whatever gift that you wanted to give is going to be very appreciative. You know what I'm saying? Like me personally, I say after that many years, and I probably be in a very good financial position, I probably just get a brand new car or something like that. Ball out. Ball the fuck. Like I'm just trying to ball out. Cause I want you to go to work, go around your homegirls and your family. You see what this Haitian done bought me? You know what I'm trying to say? Because you know, at the end of the day, sometimes you make your girl feel good, but it's even more good when other people say, "Damn, that nigga treat you good."
No, but ball out. But to me, I think balling out because some women don't want all that attention though. Hakeem.
Yeah,
Yeah, my wife, she's not like that. She's not about to balling on everything. Not even on her birthday. Birthday. If I find, because her birthday's next week. If I find something simple, for instance, I'm taking her horseback riding on the Hollywood Hills and everything for like 2 hours, and she's very like simple stuff like that, or something that will keep not that will have like a good memory of it.
Mm-hmm.
If you can think of something that they just say, hey, my last anniversary was like this, that keeps her, have a good memory about. That's a good gift right there. It can be something simple as well.
Even Judge Jay said you're looking for trouble. Know what I'm saying? Ball out. I'm there. Ball out. I think I keep it simple. What's gonna say something that was nice too? Natasha say a poetry.
Yeah,
that's nice. Poetry. I think really put on the wall. But that's what he was trying to do. But they say it was gonna take a long time until day 11. He needs it quick in 4 days. So go ahead, Hakeem.
No, go ahead. My bad, brother.
No, I said go ahead. I think I might be with Hakeem part. Just go ahead and ball out.
Ball out. Like when you set a certain standard on how you treat your woman, she already know. Like it's just, man. Like especially she's been there with you through the mud. Man, you better put that bracelet and them diamonds around her neck and put her in the new G-Wagon. You know what I mean? Because really, to be honest with you, men are simple, bro. We don't want that much. Yeah. It's the woman who want all these things. And, you know what I mean? You got to feed into their happiness because they're going to feed into your happiness. And when they do that, you know what I mean? And this is why money is just paper to us. And when you do that, you make sure they're taken care of. Life is going to be good for you.
But you ever just hear me out say, I could definitely picturize some poetry. Hey, if that's what you got to do, man, go ahead.
I ain't gonna lie. To me, it's the hard work. I think women appreciate the hard work. So you're like, hey, baby, I thought about this poetry. Let me sing it to you, give it to you, put it in your email, whatever the case may be. I think it'd be the small things that married to a woman. I always realize that.
But if you the type of person who do give your girl everything, then anything simple would be more.
Jigabon asked, what is a marry a woman that don't want no baby? What you mean? You, Ronnie. Hold on, what is?
I don't know what she mean by that.
Wait, so no, hold on. I'm trying to understand. She said, what is a marrying a woman that don't want no baby? You, Oh, you asked me, will I marry a woman that don't want no kids? No, that would be a big issue for me.
Oh yeah.
That would be a big issue for me.
Yeah. Same here.
Because even if she tell me she don't want it, then I would like, you know what, you might have to be polygamous because I'm like, I have to get another one. I have to get somebody pregnant. I have to. You know what I'm saying? I have to.
And a lot of women, I think a lot of men, when a woman, to me, when men, when they talk about it, but they feel like they say, hey, I don't want no kids, they get married, they think they might change their mind. But no, if a woman don't want no kids, she's gonna say strong, she don't want no kids. Right. And the man will be upset, he's gonna say, oh, I guess I ain't gonna never have no kids. No, if you want your kids, make that straightforward. Like,
Yeah.
I want kids. If she don't want no kids, find somebody else.
Or
Um.
tired. Go ahead, King.
Yeah. Yeah. So phenomenally yours has a question on Instagram. She says, "What would be your first thought if you talking to someone that is only a texter and can never have a phone conversation over the phone?"
Oh, if he only, that mean he don't do well when it comes to phone conversation. Not everybody's good when it comes to phone conversation. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Take the text because if not, if you have a phone conversation, chances are, phenomenally usual is a woman, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's like just to me as it is that a catfish. That's not
Yeah. Wait till you hear my answer. Go ahead.
that's not always necessarily true. I think some people are very shy when it comes to the aspect of the phone call. Not only that, especially when it comes to a man, we don't want to make that thing dry up. If you get my drift, because we may say something that may make you dry on the inside. So we try to avoid that as much as possible. So we just stay on the text. Now, I'm being honest. I'm just being honest because I'm someone that dated both sides. I dated someone that was not really good in the text, but have a great conversation on the phone. But then I also date someone that don't do good conversation on the phone, but yet are great textures.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty much what it is. But
No,
leave
that's true.
a phone call. But go ahead, Jordan.
I mean, that's true because we're in times that a lot of people we just text a lot, and a lot of people don't, and a lot of people don't talk on the phone because they're not really. To me, I think texting kind of kill a move a phone conversation because I think with texting more, it kind of kills people communicate on the phone and everything. But the thing is, to me, there's FaceTime too. If you can FaceTime a person, y'all can just not just FaceTime, but y'all can see each other, and have some type of conversation or play some games or something like that. But I'm agree with Ronnie on the side. A lot of people in 2023 they like to text and they're not really good communicating talking on the phone. But for me, for that catfishing part, hey, I gotta see you first. We got to FaceTime each other first. And then after that, if you want to text more, we can text. We can start doing texting. Go ahead, Hakeem.
Now, phenomenally yours. You can't see the comments on um the YouTube, so I'm gonna read it. Sherry Bryant says she lived with somebody. Barry White says, "I need to hear your voice. It's over." Um, Are you amused? Says, I ain't care. I'm not stunting no man. That combo have a combo on the phone. One person say I'm old school. No, anyway, he got a woman. Listen now. It says if you like you, then they'll put forth the effort. This is what Barry White said. Now, hear me out. And she said that it's not catfish at all. Phenomenally yours. I said this earlier. The only way you're going to know if a man care about you is his time. If you have his time and time is consistent with calling you, seeing you, being around you, you hearing from them, and that sometimes everybody has to work. You might have kids and stuff like that. But in between all of that, if the time is invested, that as simple as a phone call, if he can't do that, then you got to put him on block and go about your business and find somebody who's willing to put time in that conversation.
But I can't. Here's the thing: you gotta ask her. Pretty much. Did they meet already? Because if they met already, then it's okay.
That is true. Phenomenally yours. Ron asked if y'all met. If you met the person that you're talking to.
Because the thing, because that makes more sense. If you met, then bum. It takes all day. But I know some they want to hear that voice.
Yep.
People not good. I'm telling you, I dated people. They're not really good with that phone call. It's just not.
But then you get into a position where you're forcing somebody to be something that he can't be.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So you can't do that, and that's where the whole compromising thing has to come into fact is. Are you willing to compromise, at least pick up the phone and call them? If you can't sit and talk to somebody, what else y'all gonna do after that?
No, we can meet up in person. So if I'm texting you, you know how I gave you a text?
Yeah.
And then we just meet up in person. You'll be like, oh, but that was a moment. Some people just want to hear your voice throughout the day, but some people, it's just not that good. But they'll text you all day. To me, whatever works, whatever floats your boat. To me, I think at the end of the day, how long you communicate. To me, that's what.
Communication is a big situation. Phenomenally yours. He asked, "Have you met the person before?"
Yeah. If she haven't, then I'll be like, it's a catfish situation. I think.
Yeah. She says definitely not a catfish. We went on several dates, but
Okay.
the thing is, my mind and in my heart cannot let him continue to pursue someone that is dating other people, possibly exclusively.
Then
So, yeah,
like you're having a conversation with us. Just have the conversation.
yeah, had a conversation, but the way you framing this phenomenally yours, you're in a polyamorous. You're in a how on Natasha Vista said struggle hammery.
Yeah.
You're in a struggle hammery relationship. You know what I mean? You're in a struggle hammery. So if it all depends on if you deem yourself worthy enough to have one man, then I don't even know why would you even waste your time with that.
Yeah, he got somebody. So pretty much he put you in the text zone.
Yeah, he put you in the text zone and stuff like that. And you know what I mean? And sometimes, man, I know at this age, in this space, we have so many things working against us. So what you're looking for should be very simple. And as simple as that, as respect, exclusivity, time, if that's so much of a problem, you know what I mean? And the thing about it is that person is probably baiting you into this whole thing because he said everybody else is doing it. What were you complaining about? We all fucking everybody, but not everybody. Excuse my language. Sky, forgive me.
But
Excuse me.
I ain't gonna lie, Hakeem. She kind of proved my point when I said I said a long time ago. I think most women don't mind, but man cheats.
That's sad to say that, but it's a true statement.
So do women really care about commitment? Because it seems like women don't mind. Look, prime example, look at her. She like, he dating other people. I just want him to call me. That's it.
So I excuse myself. Phenomenally yours. I have another comment from somebody that says to tell him to stop replying, and she will and he will get her to answer. Yeah. Somebody says stop replying, and you will get him to answer. But to be honest with you, why are you talking to somebody who had put you on notice and say that he's talking to many other different people? You know how many men out here you can talk to? And I know sometimes we are stuck with those particular people because there's certain boxes that they fill. Might have a good job, might be might don't mind paying some bills, they might be nice to you, but all that can't supersede respect and loyalty. Another person say, Just Jay says, ultimately, trusting yourself is the best move.
Facts. 110.
Sherry Bryant says, a man who really wants you is going to want to hear that background. That's facts. Or pop up unknowingly in your location. I've been notorious to do that. Pop up in locations without letting people know. I'm notorious for that. So you says phenomenally yours says, I feel like people who got the thought of dating nowadays are so wrong. You want to know something? Let's be honest about this. Women set the standards for certain things. So if there's leniency on certain aspects of stuff, you're going to get what you're being lenient on. When a man tell you who you is, you have to believe them. When a man show you who he is, you have to believe them. And then you lead off from that. Sometimes, you know what I mean? And I'm speaking this because now, mind you, this whole time you heard me talking, I haven't blamed women for anything, right? I'm just telling you this. At this point of the game, we know there's a lot of people who ain't about nothing. And you've been with a lot of ain't nothing people. So if you know what you're lacking and what you're seeking as far as respect, happiness, especially if you got kids, you have to be very strict about who you allow in your circumference. It's very important that, you know what I mean? First off, let's point this out. Nobody can't make you happy, but they can add to what is already going on. You feel I'm trying to say? And you can add to what they got going on. You know what I'm saying? But unknowingly, the problem is a lot of us have certain standards and expectations would keep us with people who allow us the bare minimum.
Preach, Akeem. Preaching, brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna take you out of church today. I might change my name to Mr. Church after today. Hold on. Christopher J says, date someone that has the same intentions as you. The way your time is not to be wasted. Phenomenally yours. She said, my thoughts on dating is you date somebody until you decide to possibly someone exclusivity or possibly marry. Most definitely. I said this earlier, and Sherry Bryant has vocalized her relationship on here. The man is going to call you every chance he got. He wants his presence to be known. Most definitely. Here's the thing. You're going to meet some people where if you're on that, unknowingly, they're going to show you that. If they're not showing you that, then you already know what the situation is. You have to make the best decision to remove yourself out of that. She says, but when you try to date multiple people exclusive, how can you make a decision when you have given each person the same treatment? We said that you can't be going on multiple dates. You can't do this. Date one person at a time. You could be in the talking stages and this and that. But when but trust me, you figure out who you're dealing with. You know what I'm trying to say? Let me tell you something. It's easy to date multiple people because women has made it easier for men to go on and talk to so many different people. And I'm not talking about every woman. I'm talking about the women who are allowing certain things. And I go back to my same argument. Is either the guy with a lot of money or he's in a better position to do that. Most men who's not can't be dating multiple people. You don't got enough money for that. Because a lot of women if you want a woman with status and standards who have expectation, you're going to have to spend some money. And if you can't do that, you think that's going to last long? It's the struggle Amories that's allowing this. It's our beloved ghetto diamonds who don't mind dealing with Trayvon and them who say, girl, you know, he over there, but ain't you messing with such and such? Girl, you know, I got to keep me a backup. Don't date that another. Hey, somebody picked on the movie that I just watched. Don't do that. Another Eddie Murphy character? Yes, I just was watching Mr. Church.
That's very white for you.
I just was watching. Nobody would have the whole you. If pieces of you is everywhere, that's sexually too. And mind you, this is the reason why you can't be dating multiple people. It's not safe to do that. It's not safe to do that. Especially if you living in one of these cities, New York City, Miami, Los Angeles, Houston, and Atlanta. My nigga, just lock in with one person and call it a day. Lock in with one person, call it a day so you can sleep better at night. Y'all just handle y'all business and keep it moving.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Just lock in with one person, man. Call it a day, man. Your life would be better that way. Your life, she say, help me Twan. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're a person who says you're a Christian and you're trying to live under God's will. The best thing is to do is to lock in with that one person. Sometimes the relationship is what it is. It's just going to get better. It's going to build over time. And a lot of us, like you say, Governor Ron, a lot of us don't want to build that over time. You know what I'm saying? And that's it.
Man, powerful. And that's why it's so very important to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. To remember to click all, because we do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern time. And also, guys, make your way through the KL Culture Radio community tab. In the community tab, there's a KL Culture Radio t-shirt and Prince Hakeem new book, Black Love. Come over here and support the platform. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Jess. Happy birthday once again. Shout out to Motivating Vision. Shout out to Christopher J. Christopher, man, welcome. And I heard that he also have dope content. So guys, you ever have dope content? Christopher J. has a really dope comment, especially that interview he did with Angry Man was really, really good. Sherry Bryan, shout out to Sky. And shout out to those that were also watching us on Instagram.
Phenomenally yours. She said, it's exhausting juggling multiple people with different personalities. And also she said, thank you all for your responses. No. Ladies in YouTube, phenomenally yours, say thank you all for your responses.
No, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being participating in the show as well. Natasha Vincent, Natasha, you know we love you, Natasha.
We love you. Natasha said germs is everywhere. Got people out here seriously buying latex underwear. If you have to do that all, just get married with that one person and enjoy each other properly. Praise be to God.
Fact. Barry White, shout out to you, aka Happy. She also have dope content too, guys. If you have not seen some of her stuff, it's very hilarious. She would keep you up all night long. So Hakeem be over there. You know what I'm saying?
I do be over there, yeah. I
be catching them. So shout out to you guys that's also gonna watch us in the playback. And remember, guys, make sure you have your notification bell all, because you never know when we may go live. We may surprise you one day and might say, hey, we live. So always have that notification bell right now. And also just hit me out. Enjoy your anniversary weekend. Listen to what we're saying. If you don't believe us, then hell, like Hakeem say, spend that money, spend that cheddar.
Yep.
Spend it.
Spend it.
And not only that, but really, I shout out to everybody that contribute to the platform, because you guys have been helping us. We've been working on getting new equipment, new things. You see Hakeem's writing books.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We're working on things, folks. Trust me, we're working on things in the background. So shout out to you,
sir.
Contribute to the platform. We really do greatly appreciate it. Well, so like always, guys, enjoy your weekend. Thank you for tuning in to Chaos Culture Radio. We are over and out.
Peace.
That Cali weather.